Alright, hello my fellow electron microscopy aficionados. So I'm back to crappy cell phone video here because I'm kind of doing this, you know, um, sort of off the cuff here. But we had a cooling water outage at our facility earlier today, and I thought it'd be good to record a video showing what we have to do to recover the system if you have a water issue. Okay, so now the reason we had a water issue is because the chiller for this microscope is water cooled, so it requires a constant flowing source of cooled water to work, and if that flow is interrupted at any point, then the chiller stops working and it cuts off flow to the microscope. And then if that happens, then the microscope shuts off its lenses, it shuts off cooling to the Ceta camera, and becomes unusable, right? And so we have to kind of put it back together. So the cooling water issue was resolved. I'm not going to show you, but the chiller is working, so we do have water flow. So now we can do what we need to do here to put the system back together. So if we look down here in the info panel, okay, we see all the error messages here, okay. So we see, so this is old, so it's not showing, it's showing this, maybe because it didn't confirm it. Okay, so let's confirm it. Optics boards, yeah, Ceta temperature, okay. Single tilt holder, don't need to worry about that, don't need to worry about that. Okay, yeah, so once you add them in, okay, so the optics boards are degraded. Again, that's because the water flow was cut off and we lost cooling water to the Ceta camera, so that's why it says unknown, okay. So, let's deal with the optics board issue first. So you need to open up your microscope software launcher here, if it's already in the system tray, or you can open it up here, okay, and then you want to go to Tools, Optics, Optics Board, and Diagnostic Control. Now this is on a Talos, of course. It's a little bit different for the TEMs, and unfortunately I already kind of have that put back together, so I can't really show you that now, but this is what you're going to get here, okay. And you see we have all these error messages. So then over here, just click recover, and then if your water flow is good, these should all go back here to being green. Okay, perfect. Everything's operational, so we're good there. Alright, so now the only issue we have now is with the Ceta camera not cooling, okay? So we have to, again, use microscope software launcher, but we need access to the Ceta tool, service tool, and we can't get that in this version of the launcher, okay? So what we have to do is we have to restart this launcher, but we have to do it as a different user. So if we right click on this, I think you have to hold down Shift. So this is kind of tough. Okay, gonna be a little tough to do with two hands here. Let's see, how can I do this with two hands? Okay, maybe I can do it from the windows here. Okay, right click. No, you need to run it as a different user. Oops, sorry. Because I think, well, let's see if it works this way. If we run it, sorry. Okay, if we run it as an administrator, okay. No, that didn't work. Okay, so it's not prompting me for the password, so... Alright, I'm going to have to set the phone down. Okay, what I'm doing is, if you hold down the Shift key and you right-click on the microscope launcher in the toolbar or in the Windows Start menu. Let me just verify. Yes, either one. You got to hold down Shift and then right click. Okay. There's an option to run as a different user. I can show you this now. Okay. Okay. There you go. So there's your option. Run as a different user. Okay. And now what you want to put in here is customer service. Okay. And then you need to put in the service password. I'm not going to give that. You need to ask your local service engineer if he or she will do that for you. Okay, but now we still don't have it. What's going on? Okay, let's try this again. You have to make sure it's not already running. All right, let me set the mouse down or the phone down. Shift, right click. Okay, run as a different user. Username. Customer service. FEI Co. Let's type it correctly. Whoops. FEI. Oops. No, I'm not going to say it. Okay, there we go. That's what we should see. Okay, so now we're in the service version of the launcher. Okay, so then go to Tools, Camera and Detector, Ceta Service Tool, and here we go. Okay, so we're seeing a bunch of error messages here. Okay, you want to go to the CSU tab and click Reboot CSU, and this is going to take a minute or two to do. But once this is done, we should see the camera initialized and the state operational, and all of the red error message is gone. Come on. It usually takes a couple minutes. This process is identical with the TEMs. The same thing with the service tool. You do the same thing. This is literally identical. What's a little bit different is rebooting the boards after you have the water interruption. But this is identical with the Ceta camera. All right, so now it's saying we're initializing and the state is now recovering, so we're getting there. Okay, perfect. And it says operational. So now come back to basic operations, and now you need to check cooling control by TEM server. And then it should say cooling now. And it should start cooling. Now, the cooling on this is not fast. You got to get from, room temperature back down to, minus 18°C. Since this got that warm pretty quick, it's probably going to take 45 minutes to an hour. I think if you do like a reboot of the server as well, I think it also resets the temperature sensor as well, so you'd have to do the same thing. But I think this will take about 45 minutes before this reaches the set point and it's stable, and this goes from cooling active to cooling stable. Okay? All right. So then I'm going to close this version of the launcher so we're no longer in the service version, and go ahead and just reopen the regular plain old version. Okay? So that is the what to do when you have a water flow interruption and how to put the system back together again. Okay? All right. Take care, everyone.